melted. Let's go.
Previously on Sidemen Reacts.
Uh-oh.
I said this.
I never get this shit. Like, what? Like, I get it's martial arts, but what are you gaining from just being able to spin a stick around? Like,
well, let's just say you're in an alleyway with 10 bad guys.
10 bad guys.
10 bad guys.
You in East London, you encounter 10 bad guys. 10 bad guys in my land.
How do you tell they're bad guys?
And in this video, the boys can't stop laughing about it.
I defeated one bad guy.
I do truly think that JJ thinks that he lives in like a video game. I think it's the best, and it's really worked out. Because if you think you're in a video game and you have main character energy, I feel like life works out for you really well. Like, it's not a bad approach to life, because we might live in a simulation. So why not be a main character instead of an NPC?
As I sprung off the alleyway steps.
What the hell?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another React. We got Harry, Toby, and what?
huh?
And Ethan. What would happen if Antarctica melted? Any ideas?
Dude, everyone in LA and New York would die.
A lot more water, a lot less ice.
Great. Well, let's watch
Colorado
this video
Colorado be the coast?
telling us that exact thing.
Maybe we're the bad guys. We're melting up.
This is Antarctica.
Always,
So
you know what it
stupid.
feels like? We're having like a lesson right now, and you're the fucking 4 boys at the back, or 3 at the back, just fucking taking the piss out of the video we're trying to watch.
I'm not trying to take the piss.
Just
I'm
pay
trying
attention.
to
Just pay
learn.
attention.
Harry just explained what a reaction channel is, though.
This is Antarctica. Today, it's mostly known for ice, penguins, and not much else. Or, in another way, Antarctica is easily forgotten, with some people not even bothering to include it on their world maps.
Because why?
Wow.
Well,
In modern times, we're beginning to hear more and more about the Earth's southernmost continent, mostly through news reports of melting ice, rising sea levels, and maybe some popular documentaries. What I say, ice and penguins. On the whole, however, discussion on Antarctica is focused on climate change.
Antarctica.
Of course, climate change is a tremendous issue.
You lot having fun?
Oh, Ben's so slap happy. I love that Harry's just getting so pissed. Harry's like the substitute teacher. He's like, quiet down, class. We have to watch this video.
I'm sweating.
there's literally nothing funny about this. We're literally staring at ice.
I'm sweating. I'm trying to hold it in. I can't get it.
This is so stupid.
Fucking hell.
If all the ice did melt, what would happen and what would we find underneath? Let's start with what would happen to the rest of the world first. So, 98% of Antarctica's surface is smothered under a massive ice sheet with an average depth of
Smothered.
1.6 kilometers.
That's a mile.
Oh, damn, bears.
And despite how big or small Antarctica looks in maps, it's actually the 5th largest continent on Earth.
Well, that's not that big. Like, okay, it's the 5th biggest continent. Okay, out of how many, whoa, it looks small, but it's the 5th biggest. There aren't that many continents. Being 5th, that's like when I was like, guys, I came in 4th in my jiu-jitsu tournament. Out of 5 people, aren't I sick? Like, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking
Question,
about?
boys. What is the biggest continent in the world?
Asia.
Is it not Asia?
I think, isn't Australasia? Yeah, that around there, no? I don't know.
Okay, we've got 3 different answers here. Let's find out.
Asia, no?
Pretty sure it's Africa.
It is Asia.
Hey.
Ha, suck it, Jid.
Yeah, Risk taught me these things, baby.
Covering an area of 14 million square kilometers. That makes it 1.4 times the size of Europe and nearly twice the size of Australia.
Get wrecked.
So, some quick math. 14 million square
Small ass loser continent.
kilometers of ice at 1.6 kilometers deep gets you around 26.5 million cubic kilometers of ice. For comparison,
insane.
that's nearly 11 times the volume of the Gulf of Mexico. And in all, Antarctica contains 70% of the Earth's fresh water. So if all of it were to melt, the entire world would feel the impacts. First, and perhaps most obviously, sea levels would rise by around
How
60
much?
meters.
That's actually a lot, you know, to be fair.
Is 60 meters a lot?
Places like the U.S. state of Florida, the Amazon River Basin, and central China would entirely disappear beneath the ocean.
Look at
Florida,
the UK.
Florida,
The South is finished.
Oh man, yeah, we're done in. We're done in.
Oh
man. Wow.
Yeah, not great.
London's now Venice.
No, London will be fine, right?
No!
You think London's invincible? Bro, when the Thames gets too high, we're fucked, bro. Have you not seen the Thames high?
Shit, yeah, you're right. Fuck.
London will be fine. There's plenty of bad guys.
Bro, it's just...
Bad guys on boats.
In total, anywhere between 1 and 2 billion people could be displaced by this event.
Oh, wow.
Next, all this fresh water would alter the salinity, aka the saltiness, of the ocean. This in itself would damage many marine populations and could even force the extinction of sensitive species like corals. But more importantly, the decreased salinity would alter the density of ocean water, which in turn could disrupt ocean currents. This would throw off the whole circulation of water throughout the oceans and the atmosphere. In short, the Earth's weather could be drastically altered, potentially turning traditionally humid agricultural land into deserts, while places that might be deserts today could become floodplains unequipped for large-scale agriculture. And because Earth's weather system is so complex, we really would have no way of knowing where changes like this would occur. We'd essentially be sitting ducks in the face of drastic global change.
I mean, isn't that already happening anyway?
Yes.
That's what we're trying to prevent.
In England, we're just getting wrecked. 1 minute.
No, it's not live, Welshie. It's not live at all.
Snowing.
Yeah, but we can deal with it. The real issue is the poor like tribes in fucking the desert that are about to get ruined. Like we can firm it, I think.
Right. Cheers, Bog.
I'm just putting it in perspective. Like we're complaining about the weather changing.
Not the poor fucking animals. No, it's the tribes.
No. Would you? No. Like no.
Yeah, you
like,
caught me. It's pre-recorded. I just knew you were gonna come in at this exact moment. Damn it.
We can deal with some wet weather and not a great summer, but there's a place in the world like I don't know, fucking Sri Lanka or something where they can't fucking
Sri Lanka?
When David Attenborough pops his clogs, don't worry. We've got
Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka the next fucking
Sri
thing.
Lanka?
Do you get what I'm saying though? Oh, don't worry.
No, I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Yeah. Same.
But what about the
Oh,
land
well, Welshie, we're just playing. Don't worry.
of Antarctica? What would we find there? Alright, so today Antarctica looks like this.
Bro, the way he says it draws me, bro.
He says this so casually. He's just like, yeah, you know, a lot of people will die. There's actually going to projected 30 million deaths, and 9 billion people will actually be displaced, and their lives will be ruined, and it'll be really sad. And I'm like, bro, why are you reading this? I know you were given this script. Why aren't you putting any emotion in this? Like, you're not sad even a little bit? He's like, yeah, all these people will die. It happens. Let's move it on. It's like he's reading duck facts. He's like, yeah, 30 billion people will die.
Antarctica looks like this. Pretty boring. These parts aren't technically part of the continent, but rather they're just ice shelves hanging over the ocean. Taking them away,
Hey,
it still
Isle
looks
Boy, thank you
rather
so much.
unspectacular. But stripping all of the ice away reveals something unexpected. What appeared to be a single landmass is actually a collection of mountainous islands with 5 main bodies
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
That's quite sick.
and a bunch of smaller ones, close to a large flatland region making up the majority of the land area.
Well, cool. Why doesn't everyone will just move to Antarctica? Guys, I just solved climate change. We'll just move everyone to Antarctica. Everyone and every animal will move them to Antarctica. You're welcome. I just solved it. I'm the emperor for a reason.
What looks like a contiguous
Boom.
continent now, in a lot of ways looks very similar to Australia and the accompanying Malay archipelago.
He's trying to copy yard.
The
Yo,
normal
are the
features
devs using... Are they repeating maps? Are the devs repeating maps, lazy-ass devs?
of the continent today
Devs, what the fuck? Antarctica, you can't just clone Antarctica or Australia to Antarctica. I was expecting a new map with creative new gameplay in it. What the heck?
become isolated into islands of their own, with the Antarctic Peninsula becoming the largest of these such islands, while Vincent Massif, the continent's tallest mountain, would become the island with the greatest elevation. The Transantarctic Mountain Range, which today is the 4th longest mountain range on Earth, would barely remain connected to the main landmass.
That's kind of cool. I say we plow on with global warming. I want to see this.
Weapon to the tribes, bog.
Fuck the tribes, bro. Look at the mountain ranges, bro.
For comparison, the Antarctic Peninsula would measure roughly 250,000 square kilometers, which is almost 50,000 square kilometers larger than Great Britain and barely smaller than California.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's
Because
big.
the land was under such heavy ice for so long, the crust actually sank into the mantle here. With all that heavy ice removed, it would slowly bounce back up over many thousands of years. This is
See,
called
we're losing land, but then the land will be back in it. It's all fine. It's all fine.
isostatic rebounding.
We're all
and
gonna
it's
make it,
happening
boys.
currently in places like Canada and Norway as a result of glaciers from the last ice age. So when all is said and done and the crust is back in place, Antarctica would look more like this.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I rate you like I like give a shit. I rate it.
No, that was actually interesting.
No, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Hey, fuck you, man.
Bro, it popped up and everyone went, wow.
Can tell how buzzing JJ was for this one.
Ooh.
I've heard Ethan sigh like 20 times this video.
Even without ice, Antarctica today would still be a barren and inhospitable country.
Oh,
First, it would
bullshit. Says you.
still be located right on the South Pole, meaning temperatures would be frigid year-round.
Damn
and for
it.
half of the year, the sun would never rise above the horizon.
Damn it.
What was that called?
Antarctica would be devoid of most soil or arable land. After millions of years beneath
Okay,
those massive
boys, hear me out. We're gonna have to, like, you know how they have the science fiction where they geoengineer Mars? We'll just geoengineer Antarctica to be really fertile, and then we'll live there after climate change wipes out the rest of the world. We'll move all the people from Florida, mainland China, and the other country, he said, and put them in Antarctica after we geoengineer it.
ice sheets, all sand, silt, and clay
Boom.
would have been dispersed, and what's still underneath is likely only sheer bedrock and gravel.
Till we...
No, this video is boring.
JJ,
I
you
think it's
dunked to
interesting.
bedrock, bro. You dunked to bedrock. Wait, I'm just waiting for to know JJ linked this video, by the way. JJ, don't lie.
I'm so bored.
You
I'm
saw
so
You saw
bored.
7 minutes in it and thought, yes.
Yeah, bro. I saw a 7-minute video. Let's go. Could be a belter. Fuck me. I'm bored as shit.
You ain't said a word, bro.
Dude, I like it.
What is there to say?
There is nothing to jump in at. There is nothing to jump in at and say anything. Like, what are you going to say? Oh, nice fucking rock formation. Like,
Pebbles.
Just soaking it in.
We're learning, boys. We're learning.
The best we could hope for is for a tundra ecosystem to slowly develop, featuring wide stretches of moss and lichens. Perhaps still with millions of penguins, though. Here's hoping.
Penguins.
The land could be used as grazing land for musk oxen, which are capable of living under such conditions. And maybe species like Arctic hares and Arctic foxes could be brought down on boats
To be
create
fair, I mean, this is worth it. If we're gonna just have more Arctic foxes in the world, I mean, we're only losing 30 million human lives. Look how beautiful these things are. If we can get a few more of these suckers, it's all worth it in my book.
a true ecosystem.
I'm gonna start driving around town just to put more emissions in the air so we have more territory
Arctic hares
for
and Arctic
my
foxes.
favorite animal, the Arctic foxes, to live in.
This could be brought
They're
down
so
on boats
pretty.
to create a true ecosystem.
Kitsune.
kind of cool.
Arctic foxes are so sick.
That
They
is sick.
are.
Now look at the rabbit, bro. That's sick.
Oh my god, mate! I thought the ears were the mouth.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god, look at it.
Bro, look, imagine
Oh my
god. Yeah, bro.
What rabbit were you? What rabbits have you seen?
Duck.
It kind of does look like a bird. A bird, baby.
JJ looked at it and goes, what the fuck is that?
What the fuck was that?
It would have cheese. What do they? I feel like they filmed this at 4 a.m.
Alright, lads, compose. We've got 2 minutes left.
Oh god.
The landscape would be fraught with small lakes and ponds, similar to northern Canada, again due to glaciation.
Water.
And most of the low elevation regions would end up looking like this.
That's beautiful. Look at that. Lovely.
Shut up, bro.
No, it is. Actually, it's quite nice.
And while large-scale farming would be
There's the
impossible
tribes.
here, Antarctica
See, the tribes will move to Antarctica. It's fine.
would become a hub of another major economic activity, mining.
Mining.
To
To be fair, that's probably why he's the only one interested in the video, because he just blazed high eternity.
I can't do this.
Fam, you saw the leg Oh, so much.
He saw a foot. He saw a foot.
No, look, he's wearing like a tribal thing as well.
Oh, fuck. All you can see is the fucking foot.
See, tribes.
Tribe foot. Yo, actually though, tribal people have healthier feet. So theoretically, you could tell because they don't wear shoes that are bad for you, so their feet are different because they're healthier.
It's a one person.
Facts.
How can
Facts.
they try?
Because he got healthy ass feet, dude. You can just tell. Those are feet that have been supported by a whole community, you know, and whatnot. Healthy,
Huge
emotionally
reserves
feet.
of both coal and oil are predicted to lay underneath Antarctica, which until this point have remained completely untapped.
Hey
Also,
boys, don't tell the U.S. Don't tell the U.S. We have to keep this video away from American government. If American government watches this, they're gonna send like all the troops with a flamethrower. You guys see what they did to Middle East over oil? Imagine what they'll do to Antarctica. Guys, we can't let U.S. see this video or Florida's done for. U.S. doesn't care about Florida at best of times, especially if they find out we can lose Florida and get oil, bro. We're sending the whole military down there with like flamethrowers,
to be
bro.
found here are deposits of iron, copper, platinum,
Ooh.
gold, silver, and
Platinum.
uranium.
JJ, say it. Say it.
Platinum.
Hey. All right, boys, business idea. I have an idea. How about all of us get on a boat and go to Antarctica with flamethrowers, that the Elon Musk ones that we can get from the drilling company, and we start melting it, and we put a flag in so no one can say it's not our country. So it's our country, and we sell the resources to the rest of the world. All we have to do is kill 30 million people and displace billions of others. I'm just saying, though, we'll make a lot of money.
Who
It'll
exactly
be
gets
cold,
to take
though.
advantage of these resources, however, is still up in the air. Currently, 7
Gary
countries
says, what do we stand on when we melt the ice? Damn it!
lay claim in Antarctica, but
Oh,
these claims
shit.
are tenuous and most likely to be ignored if real land emerges.
I saw this. There's a lot of dispute about who owns what.
Hopefully,
See, it's gonna be ignored, guys. We just have to be the first one there and plant the flag. It's like finders keepers and all that.
the UN could mitigate land distribution to avoid things getting violent. Perhaps even land could be assigned based on how much land a country lost due to rising sea levels. In a way,
Yeah, that's not happening. Let's be honest. That's not happening. Baby, geopolitically, whoever has the biggest guns is gonna get the most land. Let's be honest.
then Antarctica could become
Whoever lost the most land will be getting... No, let's not be stupid. It's whoever has the biggest nuke and gets there
to
first.
mitigate land distribution to avoid things getting violent. Perhaps even land could be assigned based on how much land a country lost due to rising sea levels. In a way then, Antarctica could become a land of refuge and would even maybe become a country of its own, united by climate change, populated by refugees, rich from their abundant resources, and maybe with a very unique cuisine.
Yeah, I'm sure that none of the countries in the whole world, that's how history's taught me the world works. They're like, oh wow, you poor people, you've been harmed. Here's all this massive wealth that we're not going to keep for ourselves, that we don't have to give you. We're going to go out of our way. Yeah, that's the lesson of history when you read it, right, guys? Yeah.
What? Look,
Do you live in a fucking Disney movie, whoever wrote this video? What the hell?
Oh, brother. No. Couldn't eat pingu. That'd be outrageous.
I'd eat a
would you eat a
penguin.
penguin? I eat a penguin.
I would.
I'd try it.
That-
Yeah, if it was a nice
that
dish, I'd
thing.
try it. Yeah. Who's skipping through the video? What the fuck is that?
Hey, yo, we're done.
Great video, JJ. That was fast, bro.
Yeah, no, it's me, you know me.
Appreciate
Hey,
it.
in a bit.
Thanks for watching.
Hey.